Happy Halloween, everyone. Here's my Halloween special for Demon Slayer. You sat on the chair conversing with your friends. I'm quite nervous. This is my first time going to a club. Mitsuri, one of the Cupid disciples, spoke out. Let's just have some fun. Shinobu, one of the psychics disciples, commented. How about you, Yin? Are you nervous? Shinobu asked as Mitsuri turned to you. Well, besides feeling fear that I might get killed or possibly worse, I'm doing all right. You spoke. You were a human, a witch at that. And being a human meant being around the lowest of the food chain. I kind of get it. Humans are rare to find in public. They are, no offense, weak and, prey. Other creatures would surely be interested in you in various ways. Mitsuri replied. No offense taken. You chuckled, as you knew that humans weren't exactly strong beings. You looked around the club. Flashing neon lights blinded your eyes. Different creatures dancing, getting drunk, and kissing while you and your friends were sat in a corner. You then stood up. You know what? Let's go to the dance floor and dance like there's no tomorrow. We can't sit in the corner like creeps. You spoke out with confidence. So let's shake our asses and dance the floor and forget our dying careers, you added. Mitsuri looked at you with admiration, while Shinobu gave you a proud smile. Yin for president, Shinobu spoke out. Yin for president, Shinobu spoke out with a giggle. Mitsuri shouted out with a giggle. The three of you soon walked up to the dance floor. The three of you soon hit the dance floor, dancing like there was no tomorrow. After some time, you got lost into the dancing, and with the huge crowd, it was easy for you to get lost. As you felt that something was off, you looked around to see if your friends were anywhere. To your horror, they were nowhere to be found. Mitsuri? Shinobu? You yelled out, but to no avail. The loud music was making it impossible for you to be heard. You then felt a hand touch your shoulder. You flinched and turned around to see a male with maroon eyes and dark hair with burgundy tips. The scar on his forehead also wasn't hard to miss. Sorry if I startled you, he spoke out. What? You asked, not being able to hear him over the music. I said I'm sorry about startling you, he repeated. Yeah, I cannot hear this man, you thought. Let's go here, you shouted. The bar, you added. He nodded his head. The two of you, he nodded as he heard you. The two of you soon headed to the bar. As soon as the two of you arrived at the bar, you took a good look at him. His skin was pale, and it seemed like he had fangs. Oh shit, a vampire, you thought. The man stared at you, puzzled. You raised an eyebrow. Is there something wrong? You asked. Well, how do I say this? Smell weird, he spoke out. Your eyes went, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, is it wearing off? I disguised myself to hide my human scent. Even if I'm a witch, I'm weak without my magic. You know that, Yin, calm down, you thought, and panicked. Oh, well, I get that a lot. I'm a witch, so, you spoke out. Oh, then that explains quite a lot. He gave you a smile. Witches were considered to be have a mixed and weird scent. You soon tried to look at for your phone. Your heart dropped as soon as you felt it wasn't there. Shit, did it get stolen? You mumbled. One of Hermes' apprentices must have stolen your phone, he commented. Fucking, you cursed. Well, my name is Tanjiro. I'm a vampire, in case you didn't notice. He chuckled. Oh, well, my name is Yin, you replied. The two of you soon shook hands, and you noticed his eyes slightly widened. He was cut off by a sudden explosion. Everyone screamed, but calmed down when they realized that it was all because of a creature with explosive powers. Sorry, guys, the creature apologized. Soon everyone went back to doing what they were doing. You soon noticed that you had a small cut on your arm, probably because of the explosion. Tanjiro's eyes widened. He grabbed you and soon used his fast ability to take you away from the crowd. You let out a grunt as he ruthlessly pinned you to the wall. Sorry, it's just I saw that you were bleeding and wait, no. He spoke out. You looked at him with a glare, about to say something, but he was cut off by him gliding closer to your ear. What are you, a human, doing here? He whispered. Your eyes widened. Oh shit, I'm fucked, you thought. Do you know how dangerous it is for you to be here? He whispered / yelled. Yes, you squeaked out. You even sound unsure. But you need to get out of here, Tanjiro told you. I'm also a witch, which is why I'm half afraid, you spoke out. That doesn't make it any better. You're a human, he huffed. You're basically like a sheep wandering around in territory of wolves. Even if you're a witch, there are creatures that are stronger and willing to toy with you, he added. You then stared at him. You were curious about the different kinds of creatures, especially vampires, since they're blood-sucking creatures. You were curious about them. If you're wondering why I'm a vampire, well, the author thought the making me a ghoul or a zombie because Muzan possessed my dead body in the manga, but she decided to make me simple and poof. I'm a vampire, he spoke. You gave him a confused facial expression. What? You spoke out. What? He replied. You scanned him with a weird expression. He's sus, you thought. He then glared at your wound. Can I? He asks, pointing to your small cut. You're not going to suck all my blood and leave me in the ditch, right? You asked. What? No. I just want to have a small taste. Also, if other creatures sees that, they will probably find out who you really are. He says, well, I'll kick you in the balls if you go too far, so go ahead or teleport your ass to God who knows where. You half threatened him. He nodded his head. He soon got closer to your arm. You flinched as his cold tongue made contact with your skin. The rough texture of his tongue brushing against your skin felt weird. Okay, that's enough, you told him. He quickly stopped as soon as you told him. Her blood tastes so good. Tanjiro soon looked around. Did you come with anyone? He asks. Yeah, but without my phone, I can't contact them, you replied. I didn't bring my phone, so we need to get you out of here fast. I'll pay for your taxi, he told you. What? Hold on. Why are you so keen on helping me? You ask. I was a human once, but my curiosity got the best of me. I think you can guess what happened next, he told you. Oh, well, thank you for helping me. You thanked him. But is it bad time to have the urge to pee right now? You asked. He laughed out. Go ahead. I'll wait here. His eyes soon looked at your the necklace you wore. That necklace. It has protection magic. I think she'll be all right. I haven't seen that kind of crimson red color protection magic, but she needs to get out of here, he thought. You nodded and soon left. Time skip. You let out a revealed sigh as you soon left the restroom. You soon looked around to see if Tanjiro on anywhere, but he was nowhere to be found. Your thoughts were cut off by a loud shriek. You whipped your head to see who made the noise. You saw a male with yellow French fry hair. He was cornered by 3 scary men. You slowly looked away. You were about to leave, but you heard what the French fry boy had said. Look, I didn't know, okay? He shrieked out. Besides, can you leave me alone? I already said that she jumped me I'm already sad that she already dumped all my debt onto me, he sobbed. Is he false accused or something like that? You thought. Slowly getting impured into the drama, you slowly turned around. You were contemplating whether you should pay Hiro or save the blonde sorry ass. Should I save him and risk getting my identity revealed, or leave him and possibly feel guilty for my whole life? You hummed, then you let out a sigh. Fuck it. You cursed as you walked up to the 4 of them. The 3 Monstrous were surprised by you walking up to them. They were about to say something, but you cut them off. With the snap of your fingers, the three of them were teleported in a random location. The blonde looked at you and hope in his eyes. He then wiped off his snot. Thank you, he commented. You then noticed that he looked at you in awe. You're welcome, you told him in a cool way and soon started to leave. You, please marry me, he suddenly shouted. You let out a confused face. What? You spoke out in disbelief. I don't even know you, you added. No, you do. My name is Zenitsu. I'm Pikachu's descendant, he said. Pikachu's descendant? I'm not even going to ask. You spoke out and soon started to leave. His breath hitched as his lunges at your legs and clings to you. No, please don't leave me. Please, let's just get married. I promise I'll do the cooking, the cleaning, all the household chores, he cried out. You soon let a disgusted face. You soon tried to walk, but accidentally stepped on him with your heels. Oh, harder, he spoke out. What? You shrieked? Huh? He asked, acting if nothing happened. You then let out a sigh and used your magic to teleport him 6 feet away from you. Wait, please don't leave me, he shouted, but you left already. You headed back to the crowd, trying to look for Tanjiro. You squint your eyes to find him, but to no avail. You also tried looking for Shinobu Mitsuri, but you had no luck with it. Damn, you mumbled. You soon left the club in hopes of finding him, but to no avail. Mitsuri and Shinobu also weren't there. You let out a small sigh. Should I just... You were cut off by a loud squeal filling your ears. You turned to see a half-naked male. He had blue hair and a pretty face. What the fuck? You spoke out, puzzled. The man also noticed you. The two of you locked eyes for a moment. You quickly looked away. You were too late as he soon started to approach you. You, why are you staring at me? He asked. Me? I wasn't staring at you. Stop hallucinating, you replied. He then growls. You gave him a weird look. What the fuck? You spoke out. I'm a boar man. War boar. Half boar, half human. He proudly spoke. Boar man? War boar? That sounds like a superhero reject. You commented. How dare you? I'll have you know that I robbed a bank today. Fear me, he shouted. Why would you rob a bank? You asked. He then paused. He seemed to struggle a bit to answer your question. I for drugs, he spoke out, but you knew he was lying. He then sniffs the air. Huh? That's weird. He spoke out. You smell like my mate. Mate! My name is Inosuke. He spoke with your eyes widened. What the fuck? You screamed. What in the cursed Alpha Omega pairing is this? You thought, slowly getting weirded out by this night. Put your hands up, a voice shouted. The two of you turned around to see two Onis wearing police uniforms. Oh shit, Inosuke shrieked. Here, have this, he added as he frankly handed you a bag. What the? You were cut off as you realized that the bag gave you was content of money. You connected the dots and soon knew that it was from a bank he robbed. Get down. Get back here, you boar. I won't hesitate to animal abuse on you. You told me I was your mate, but you left me, you coward. You shouted as you watched as the male transformed into a boar and ran away. Freeze, the other voice spoke out. You turned to look at the two cops. Look, this is all a misunderstanding. You were cut off by the male with the white hair. Shut it, he growled at you. You quickly shut up. I heard you threaten your partner in crime, so don't act so innocent. His partner, a boy with black hair and a weird undercut, says. You then noticed that they had name tags. The guy with the white hair was named Sanemi, while his partner was named Genya. The two of them escorted you back to the car. Give her the anti-transformation handcuffs, the white-haired man instructed his partner. Should I bend over on the car or something? You spoke out. The two of them slowly turned to you. Genya had a hint of red spread across his cheeks, while Sanemi was already red. What? He spoke out in disbelief. Just shut up, Sanemi added. Isn't that what they do in the movies? Like the cops are aggressive and pin the criminals on the police car, The criminal gets apprehended and bends over and them to the two and then remove their. Hey, you were cut off by somebody. What kind of fucking movie are you even watching? He shouted. It's called. Oh my god. Before I became a criminal, I was just a normal girl with a normal life, but there's something about me that no one knows yet. I've got a secret. I'm in love with the female cop, so I become a criminal so she can pin me down and degrade me. We are now lovers, and I always do crimes so that we can spend time together. It's a famous movie, you simply replied. I'm not even gonna ask who the fuck came up with that kind of plot, Genya commented. Whatever. Genya apprehend her, Sanmi told Genya. He nodded his head and soon apprehended you. I'm a witch, but yeah, I'm just gonna shut my mouth, you thought. You then took a better look at the two of them. The two of them had 2 medium-sized horns on their forehead, but even with that, you found them handsome. Even if they were handsome, that didn't stop you from fearing their power. I'll try to escape at the right time, but damn, it's my first night here and I'm already getting arrested, you thought. We're not even done yet. Time skip. The 3 of you entered the police station, the 2 of them escorting you to a cell. You better shut your mouth, Genya told you. Sheesh, the 2 of you are really demanding. You mumbled, but they heard it. They gave you a quick glare before leaving. You then had a look around your cell. It was small, and with the kitsune tail taking up all the space in your cell. Wait, a kitsune? You thought in disbelief, and soon looked at your cellmate or cell partner. Your jaw dropped over how soft looking the tail was. You then noticed that it belonged to a man with peach-colored hair and a scar on his cheek. His grayish lavender eyes were memorizing. Are you done staring? He asks. Your thoughts were completely cut off. Sorry, I was memorized by how fluffy your tails were, you told him. Truthfully, his eyes widened a bit. Well, that was not the answer I was expecting, he chuckled. You then slowly walked up to him and sat next to him. So, what are you in for jail? You ask, still memorized by his tail. Well, I tried to cut the border on the pizza in half, he replied. Why? You said. Because my master told me to, you replied. You gave him a weird look. Master? You spoke out confused. Yeah, kind of like my teacher. Why? Do you want to be my master? You choked on air as soon as you heard him ask if you want to be his master. I'm just joking, he chuckles. What about you? He asks. Well, I got framed for robbing a bank, he replied. A bank? Oh, the cash money bank robbery. Well, it does certainly look like you couldn't be able to do that, he replied. I don't know whether that's a compliment or not, you told him. It's a backhanded compliment, he corrects you. You didn't reply, and soon it was quiet until he spoke up. Sabito. He spoke out. You turned to him. That's my name, he added. Well, Sabito, my name is Yen, you told him as you held out your hand. The 2 of you soon shook hands. So, Sabito, can I touch your tail? You asked. He let out a chuckle. So straightforward, but sure, go ahead, he told you. You squealed with joy and touched his tail. It was the softest and fluffiest thing you've ever touched. While you were touching his tail, you accidentally touched something. He moaned out. He quickly covered his mouth in embarrassment. You quickly froze, processing what you had just heard. Sorry, you touched my sensitive tail, he told you. You quickly removed your hand from his tail. Oh, sorry, you replied. There was an awkward silence again. Then you spoke up. Do you want to get out of here? You asked. He nodded his head. Who wouldn't want to get out of here? He commented. You let out a chuckle. Well then, let's get out of here then, you confidently told him. His eyes widened in disbelief. That's impossible. We can't get out of here unless, he replied. I'm a witch. I can use magic to teleport us out of here, you whispered. The cuffs are hindering my magic a little, but it's doable. It's doable. You thought, I'll count to 3, I'll teleport us out of here, you whispered. He nodded his head. 1, 2, 3. You spoke out, and soon the two of you got teleported. As the two of you teleported, you felt cold air hit your face. You soon realized you were 60 feet in the air, and that Sabito was nowhere beside you. You looked down to see it was at the sea. You let out a gasp as you quickly started falling. Hermare, fuck you, Hermare, you shouted. It was the spell's chance for water breathing. Splash. You mentally let out a sigh of relief as you could breathe underwater. You then looked around the dark sea. There was no fish, no anything. The fish seemed bottomless. There were no lights. It scared you. The sea was the scariest place you had ever been in. You didn't know any of the creatures that lied beneath. You then noticed something shiny beneath. You were hesitant to swim down as you stared down at it. It was a dark, faint blue glowing orb. A shiver went down your spine as there was two dark blue glowing orbs. You froze in shock. And as soon as there was now 4 glowing orbs that seemed to be glowing brighter and brighter, your mind went blank as soon as you realized it was a creature heading for you. Soon you stood there, so frozen in fear. You couldn't even move any of your fingers or anything. Your body was quickly paralyzed in fear as you noticed its huge black body heading towards you. You screamed underwater as soon as it was near. You didn't know how to act as everything happened so fast. You felt feet to touch something smooth and rough at the same time. You looked down to realize that it was wrapping its tail around your small body. You were unable to say anything as you soon came face to face with the creature. You realized that it was a levianth. It had dark blue glowing eyes, and its scales and body were covered in black that seemed to shine when the light from the moon hit it. By the way, it's a Leviathan. Oh, he's a ghost Leviathan. But if you don't know, just look up Subnautica. It's basically a fear type game for the ocean. But basically, it's just a giant serpent that is basically just an entire nervous system. Now, what are you, a human, doing here? It spoke. I accidentally got teleported here, you replied. You were surprised. You managed to even say a word. It stared at you. You shouldn't be here, it told you. It soon lifted you up from the ocean. Its tail removed its grip on you, but it seemed like he could control water as he felt the water have some sort of grip on your body. You were confused as to what he was planning. You were quickly speechless when you saw him transform into a human. What in the fuck? You mumbled. As the water's grip on you was soon removed, you blushed and looked away as you soon noticed that he was naked. He raised an eyebrow. What is it? He asked. He then realizes that his was showing. Oh, he mumbled. He then got a seashell from the god knows where and used it to cover his You can look now, he told you. You looked at him only to see that the only thing he covered up was the blessing between his legs. You quickly looked away. The Leviathan was confused. Humans are so confusing, he mumbled. He then used his powers to create a wave. Get on, he demanded. You nodded your head and soon stood on top of the wave, standing on water. That's thing I didn't know I would get experience. You thought, sir, Leviathan, where are you taking me? You asked. I'm taking you to the store. You can call me Gyu. He spoke out. Oh, okay, Gyu. My name is Yen, you replied. He nodded his head as you waved. You both were standing on top of the shore. The two of you soon arrived on the seashore. The two of you soon got off of this wave. Don't come here again, Yin. I'm not sure other creatures of the sea would appreciate it. They'd eat you on the spot. He warned you. You nodded your head. You then let out your pinky finger. I promise. I also promise I'll help you if you ever need it. I'm indebted to you. Thank you. You thanked him. He stared at your pinky finger. What am I supposed to do with that? He asks as he points at your pinky finger. It's a pinky promise, you told him. He soon let out the other pinky finger and showed him how it works. It's what friends usually do when they make a promise, you informed him. His eyes shone brightly at the words friends. He quickly let out his pinky finger. All right then, Yin. Let's do it. He told you. You let out a small chuckle. The two of you soon locked pinky fingers. As soon as the two of you finished, he soon left. I'll remember this, Yin. He spoke out before leaving. Soon you were alone on the island. You didn't even know. I should teleport back to my apartment, you mumbled as you tried to use your teleportation magic, but to no avail. What? Don't tell me. I'm out of magic. Out of mana. You screamed annoyed. You were about to scream out of frustration, but stopped as you soon heard voices. No, Master, I promise you. I heard a voice. See? A tall boy shouted as he pointed at you. The tall boy seemed to be talking to a child. The child was half human and half spider. He seemed to be an appearance of archons. Just basically spider, the science word for spider, because I cannot say it. The boy stared at you. Who are you? You don't seem like you belong here. He spoke out. Well, I do. I don't belong here. Anyway, where is this? You asked. Oh, this is the tall boy spoke out, but was cut off by the child. Shut it, brother. Why would you disclose such information? He scolded the tall male who assumed was named Brother. Oh, right. Sorry about that, Master. Brother apologized. The child soon turned to you. Why should I tell you? He asks, glaring at you. You soon let out a sigh. Because I need to go home. My friends are definitely worried about me. You replied, Master, I think we should help her. Brother told his master. His master thought for a moment before deciding to tell you. This is the island of Inferno, he told you. Oh, island of Inferno. This isn't that far from my town, he mumbled. Who are you anyways? How did you get here? You smell like a human. Master spoke out. A human? Like me? Brother spoke out excitedly. How did you know? Well, I'm also a witch, but your voice trails off. A witch? Then can't you just teleport? Master asks. Well, I ran out of magic, he replied. Well, I heard the priest at the top of the hill will restore your mana or magic or something, he informed you. What's your name anyways? He asks. Well, it's Yin. You replied. Yin. What a cool name. My name is Brother, and my master's name is Rui. Ow! Brother hissed in pain as Rui punched his arm. I didn't command you to tell her my name, Rui spoke out. Sorry, he mumbled. You raised an eyebrow. Brother? Master? You spoke out confused. I adopted him, Rui replied. Adopted? What? But you're a... Never mind, you thought. I might as well twerk the pain away. Brother sobbed. Twerking isn't a personality isn't a personality, you dingus, Rui told him. Shut up. It's who I am, Brother shouted as he does a sad twerk. You stood there confused. So confused. On what the fuck was happening? Follow me, Rui spoke out. I can show you the road to the priest's church. Rui told you. You nodded, and soon the three of you entered the forest. After some walking, the three of you soon arrived on a two-way road. Left was the way to the priest's house, while the right was the way to Rui and Brother's house. Well, this is it, Rui told you. Then you pat Rui's head. His eyes widened as he blushes. Thank you, Rui. You thanked him. I hate it. Do it again. he commented. You let out a giggle and patted his head again. Brother soon got jealous. Can you pat my head too? Brother asks. Sure, you replied, as you went on your tippy toes, since he was tall. Well, this is where we part ways, he told him. Yeah, well, good luck with your adventure, Rui told you. You nodded your head. You soon saw the two of them leaving. You were about to leave, but then a hand grabbed your wrist. You turned to see Brother. You raised an eyebrow. I don't regret dying for you, Yin. So, don't feel guilty. I mean, really, would always fight for you. Though 3 days of us together were the best 3 days of my life. I'll always be your buddy. He gave you a sad smile. He then pulls you into a tight hug. You unconsciously wrap your arms around him as he digs his face into your neck. I finally got to touch you again, he whispers. I could finally say that what I always wanted to say to you, he chuckled. Your eyes widened. You felt your heart ache. It's as if you've always wanted this. You waited for this. You were about to say something, but you were cut off by Rui. Brother, he shouted. A coming, master. Brother cheerfully spoke out and hopped to Rui's side. Brother, I've always missed you, you shouted. He turned to you with a bright smile. He was about to say something, but Rui cut him off. Brother, we need to go home now, he shouted. You wanted to watch the two leave. You weren't weirded out by his words, even if you only just met him today. Heck, you didn't even know why those words got out of your mouth, but you felt like you had closure. Time skip. You were surrounded by huge trees, the very forest you entered. Hours, minutes, you didn't tell, but after walking for what felt like years, you soon heard a voice. And me, I think a voice spoke out. Don't worry, I can't. Another voice spoke out. You soon grew curious. You quickly stopped yourself. Stop it, Yin. Curiosity always kills the cat. You scolded yourself. You then continued to walk. Your hat. A voice spoke out. Your eyes widened. They must have heard you. Oh, shit. You thought as you were quickly walked faster. All of a sudden, a gust of rash wind was thrown your way as you heard a loud, heavy flapping of wings. Wait, wings? You thought as you were quickly picked up. There were a lot of dangerous creatures with wings. An example was a harpy. You quickly started running. You let out a screech as there was not one but two creatures landing on the path. I found her, the creature spoke out. You took a better look at the two and soon saw they were dragons. Oh, I know who these guys are. Your mouth gaped at who you saw their beautiful scales. You were memorized by the dragon's passionate, fiery red color, while you also admired the soft cherry red from the smaller dragon. Oh, what's a human doing here? The big one asked, confused. She's a human, the smaller one asked. She looks and smells like a human, the bigger one replied. Did my potion really wear off, you thought? Looks, no trouble. I just wanted to go to the priest, you told him. The priest? Oh, he lives far up the mountain. It'll take you weeks to get up there, the big one replied. Wait, what? You spoke out in disbelief. What Aki says is true, but we can help you get up there, the small one spoke out. If you do us one favor, he added. A favor? Well, it depends on the favor is a don, he replied. Well, it's a very important task, the big one commented. What is it anyways, you asked. Can you teach us how to make s'mores? The small one asked. Can I teach you how to make what? You asked as you think that you were too tired to properly progress what they had asked you to do. Can you teach us how to make s'mores? The smaller one repeated excitedly as he got closer to your face. His big head and big round eyes resembled an adorable, excited puppy. The food, right? The marshmallow sandwich? You asked, confused. The two of them nodded their heads. Yeah, Well, yeah, I can, you told them. Great, human. What's your name? The big one asks. My name is Yin, you replied. Well then, my name is Kojiro Rengoku, while my younger brother is Senjiro Rengoku. Kojiro introduced themselves. Okay, but there has to be a problem, right? You aren't simply just going to ask me to teach you, right? You asked. They both nodded their heads. We actually accidentally burned the ingredients to crisp, Senjiro replied. Wait, how can you show me how to do... Oh, wait, can you show me how you guys did it? You asked. The two of them nodded and soon grabbed a marshmallow from Senjiro's bag. It was a huge pack that was wrapped around his waist. The marshmallow was about the size of his head. Kojiro dug his nails into it and soon let out a huge wave of flames from his mouth. You were in disbelief. They were using too much fire. They were basically incinerating it. No wonder you two couldn't do it, you yelled at them. The two of them stared at you. Why? What is it? Kojiro asks. The fire you use is too much. Can you lessen it or something? You asked. Well, sadly we can't, Kojiro replied. Then you guys can transform into humans. Like, I'm sure both of you have the power's weakness in such a small form, you told them. The two of them nodded their head. Oh, then that's great. You were cut off by both of them transforming. Oh! You quickly covered your innocent virgin eyes as you didn't want another situation like with Giyu to happen. After a few minutes, you heard a deep voice chuckle. There's no need to cover your eyes, Yin. We're both covered, Kojiro reassured you. You slowly uncovered your eyes. You let out a breath of relief as they were covered in clothes. Sorry, my last experience with transformation wasn't good, you told them. Well, let's get to work, shall we? You asked the two of them. Soon got hyped up to make some s'mores. Time skip. They were really sweet and delicious, Senjiro comments. It was an enjoyable snack, Kojiro commented. Yeah, but it was too big for me to eat, you told them. Oh, right, you have trouble with them, Kojiro chuckled. Well then, Yin, our ride stops here, he added. Whoa, I can't believe I managed to ride a dragon, you thought. You might be wondering, what ride? Well, these two dragons let you ride them. You chose to ride the biggest one, though, which was Kojiro. Wait, that sentence sounded sus. The two of them soon landed. We can't take you any further, Yin, since this is out of our territory, Kojiro informed you. It's fine. You did save me some time, so thank you for that, you thanked them. Thank you, too, for teaching us how to make s'mores, he replied. You chuckled and were about to continue your journey, but you were stopped by Senjiro. Be careful of the serpent. You're entering his territory, Senjiro told you. The serpent, you told him. You then patted Senjiro's head. I will, don't worry, you reassured him. Safe travels, Kojiro told you. Thanks, you replied. You then waved your hand goodbye and soon entered the serpent's territory, his jungle. You weren't exactly scared of snakes, but they were still dangerous, especially the serpent that can eat you alive. You soon started your journey through the jungle. You were alert since you didn't know where the snakes could be hiding, but even if you were alerted, nothing could prepare you for what happened. You let out a blood-curdling scream as you saw a medium-sized snake. Its eyes were crimson, while its skin was painted in snowy white. You soon calmed down as it only stared at you. It wasn't being aggressive or anything. All it did was let out its tongue from time to time. Okay, it's kind of adorable. Wait, Yin, snap out of it. It's just tricking you, you thought. You were about to leave, but its head followed your every movement. You flinched and soon looked at it. What? It wasn't aggressive or did anything. All it did was let out its tongue again. You then observed it. It seemed to be stuck. Now you know what it wanted you to do. You want me to help you? You asked. You flinched and it nodded its head. Well, will you promise not to hurt me? You asked. It quickly nodded its head. A little hesitant, you let out a sigh and slowly walked up to it. You better behave. I'll just see what the problem is, all right? I won't hurt you too. I'll tell you I'll tell you if it'll hurt. You told it. It seems a little listened very well and didn't budge an inch when you observed what it was stuck on. The snake's body seemed to be stuck on a vine. Hold on, let me look around for anything sharp since the vine is thick. We need to cut it off. You informed the snake. The snake didn't reply and only stared, waiting for you to do what you had to do. As soon as you found a sharp rock, you used it to set the poor snake free. As soon as you set the snake free, it excitedly left. You were a little surprised by its energy. The snake only stared at you. You felt a little intimidated by its stare. It quickly approached you. You let out a scream and closed your eyes as you thought it was going to eat you, but all it did was lick you with its tiny tongue. You then looked at it again. It was looking at you all lovingly. Oh my goodness, you scared me. You were cut off by a voice. Kamarua, a commanding voice shouted. The two of you turned around to see. You let out a gasp. It was a serpent. The upper body of his body was a human, while his lower was a snake. The serpent glared at you. A human in my territory? He spoke out in a dangerous tone. I mean no harm, You were silenced by a threatening glare. Kamarua soon slithered up to the serpent. So you've helped my friend, huh? The serpent mumbled. I suppose I'll spare you. But why are you here, human? Your stench is making my head dizzy, he told you. I accidentally got teleported here. I'm a witch, but I can't use my teleportation magic since I'm out of mana. I heard the priest can restore my mana, so I'm headed to his church, he replied. So you're heading there, huh? Come with me. I'll escort you to a shortcut, he told you. You nodded your head as you soon followed the two of them. Kamarua, the one you helped, soon went to your side. The serpent glared at the two of you. He seems to be very fond of you, the serpent commented. Yeah, you replied. Soon there was a silence in the air. Obanai, it's my human name. What's yours? He asks. Yin, you replied. Yin, I'll be remembering that name, he commented. He then noticed that you were growing tired and walked slowly. Come here, Yin, he told you. You raised an eyebrow and slowly walked up to him. You let out a yelp as he picked you up. It'll be faster to travel if you hold on to me. Hold on tight, he told you, and without warning, you let out a surprising shriek. He was traveling at the speed of 300 miles an hour. As soon as the two of you arrived at the border, you were out of breath, even if you weren't the one running. Thank you, you spoke out. Obanai nodded his head. You better be careful. It's a graveyard up there. You might encounter ghosts. They're quite mischievous, so be careful, he informed you. You nodded your head. Kabarua will miss you. You told the adorable snake. The snake licked your face again. He let out a giggle. You were about to leave, but Obanai stopped you. Wait, he told you. Hug me. I'll mark my scent on you so you don't smell like a human, he told you. Hug you? You asked in disbelief. His face turns a little red. Just do it, he demanded. You then slowly embraced him. The hug felt awkward since you were the only one holding him, but then you flinched as he also wrapped his arms around you. After a few seconds, he soon let go. There, be careful, he told you. Thanks again, you chuckled. You waved them goodbye. They watched as you left. But did you know? Snakes mark their territory with their scent. Time skip. You were walking for what felt like hours. You were getting tired and sleepy. You heard a few giggles. You figured it was mischievous ghosts, but they didn't dare to touch you, as you smelled like a serpent they feared. You let out a sigh. Can I even go there? You mumbled. Go where? A ghost asked. You let out a scream. Oh my god, you scared me, you told the ghost, but the ghost only stared at you with blank eyes. Go where? He repeated. To the priest's church. Do you know a shortcut? You asked. No, but I can show you where the priest's church is, he told you. Oh god, have fun with this question. Yeah, but I have one question, though.
How do you have sex with a serpent? He asks. You choke on air. What? You ask. Well, you have the smell of a serpent on you. The scent is what they do to mark their territory or their mate, he informed you. Did Open-Eye just mark me? You thought in disbelief. No, I just don't know how. Sorry, this scent is just a disguise, you exclaimed. Oh, he replied. His different tone was making it a little awkward. Follow me then, he told you. You nodded your head as you followed him. So, what's your name? My name is Yin, you told him. Me true, he replied. Then can I call you Moo? You asked. He abruptly stops. He simply turns to you. There was a slight change in his blank face. He seems to remember something. Call me whatever you want. He spoke to you. Moo it is, then, you told him. Well then, we've arrived, he spoke out. What, so suddenly? You spoke out in disbelief as you stared at what was in front of you. After the graveyard was a dark forest. You gulped in fear. Well, you were already near. I just escorted you here. If you go through the dark forest, then congrats, you have arrived at the priest's church, he told you. Is the dark forest dangerous? You asked. He nodded his head. Yeah, there's one highly dangerous devil that can conquer the priest's powers. But there are also passive creatures there. Just don't run into the 3 demons, he told you. Who? You asked. Yoki, Yana, and the Ice King, Ashiru. The tall man who hunts down young women. And the most dangerous of all, the ghoul. He eats males and females. His favorites are females, so you better be very careful, he told you. Oh, totally not nervous. Recall now. You mumbled. Well, thank you, Moo. You thanked him. You were about to leave, but he stopped you. Hold on, he told you. You raised an eyebrow and looked at him. Your eyes widened when he left a kiss on your forehead. What? Before you could even say anything, Mitra chuckled, and soon the mischievous ghost disappeared. You grumbled, but soon took a deep breath before you entered the dark forest. Time skip. Tears couldn't stop rolling down your cheeks. Your breath was unsteady, and your legs were tired from running. Fuck. You shouted as you sobbed. You were getting chased by the ghoul, the dangerous one of the 3. How did he discover you? Well, it seems like Mitra missed one slight detail. The ghoul can smell you miles away. Come on, don't be scared. I'll make it painless as possible, the ghoul shouted. The dialogue made you feel even more fear. You were going to get eaten alive. All right, enough messing around, the ghoul let out. He lunges at you. You let out a shriek as more tears rolled down your cheeks. You were pinned down. You couldn't even look at the ghoul since you couldn't tell that he was hungry. Oh, what a weird scent. So many creatures in one. How exciting, he mumbled. Just as you thought it couldn't get worse, a voice spoke up. Doma, what the hell are you doing? A voice spoke. You look to take a peek. It was them. The Yoki Anna and the Hashiku. A Hashiku stared at you, while the Yoki Anna stared at your crying face. Let her go, Doma, the Yuki Anna told the ghoul. The ghoul pouted. Come on, I'm hungry, he told the demon. You already ate a deer. Besides, you haven't been clean of human meat for 569 years, Yuki Onna told the ghoul. The ghoul pouted. You're no fun, he told the Yuki Onna. Shut it, your prank isn't even funny. You're scaring her, the Yuki Onna scolded the ghoul. You were confused. Wasn't you supposed to die? The ghoul soon got off top of you. Are you all right? The Yuki Onna asked. You were in disbelief and confused. We're not going to kill you. The priest would punish us if he did. The Hashiku informed you. Oh, you stuttered. You were still scared of them. What if they were tricking you? My name is Akaza. Akaza told you, in hopes of gaining your trust a little. His name is Kokoshibo. He pointed at the Hakasu. Kokoshibo only nodded his head. And this little bastard is named Doma. Akaza pointed at the ghoul. Hello.
Your terrified facial expression made me very happy and excited. He told you, even if Doma wouldn't kill you, it's just presence alone scared you. What about you? What's your name? Akaza asked. Yin, you stuttered. Should we bring her to the priest? Kokushibo suggested. Yeah, let's go ahead and tell him. Akaza replied. Doma only smirked when he heard that they would bring you to the priest. Let's go then, Doma excitedly spoke up. Why are you? You were speechless. The priest would punish us if we did something bad. I remember that he took my power away. It was quite annoying, Akaza commented. And Kokushibo over there has punished for being short. I remember he was being so depressed and teased Doma, he added. Well, Doma, well, he's weird. He likes punishments. Doma only chuckled at Aizawa. I almost said Aizawa. Akaza. Follow us. We'll take you to the priest, Kokushibo told you. You slowly nodded your head as you followed the three of them. The walk was quite and awkward. You were also 1 feet away from them. They didn't mind and understood that Doma really scared the shit out of you. After a walk, it felt like After a walk that felt like 100 years, the four of you soon arrived. You look around, you couldn't see any church. Just continuing walking for about 10 minutes from here. Akaza told you. You nodded. Remember, never look back, he added. You didn't even bother asking why. Got it, you mumbled. Good girl. He told you and patted your head. You were a little taken aback by his gesture. Kokushibo soon walked up to you and also patted your head. He then peeked at Doma, who mouthed the words, It's nice to meet who he chooses. You were confused by those words, but you didn't bother asking. You quickly waved them goodbye and continued your walk to the priest's church. Time skip. Your heart was ecstatic. You finally escaped this island. All you wanted now was to quickly teleport and forget this all ever happened. You were about to knock on the door, but you were cut off as the door opened, revealing a handsome man with slightly long and curly black hair. His eyes were colored black. It reminded you of the color of abyss. Your thoughts were cut off by him speaking up. Can I help you? He asked with a small smile. You're the priest. I have to talk to him about something. You replied. Well, this is quite awkward. I'm the priest. He told you. Really? My name is Yin. Can you help me, sir? You asked. Muzan. You can call me Muzan. He asks as you give him a small smile. Well, Muzan, I heard you can restore mana. Can you help me restore my mana? You asked. He was quiet for a moment. Can I? He told you. Your face quickly brightens. Oh, I can. He told you. Your face quickly brightens with joy. Come inside. He added. You soon nodded your head and soon entered the church. You had looked around the church. It was small and simple. You can sit here for a while. I'll go get you something to drink. What would you like? He asked. Water would be fine, you told him. He then stared at your necklace. Where did you get that from? He asked. Well, I got it from someone. I don't know who, but my caretaker at the orphanage said it was from a person was my destiny, you replied. He let out a shriek. Oh, a smirk. Is that so? Well then, you can rest here easily. I'll go grab you a cup of water. He soon left, and you soon were alone in the hall of the church. You had looked around for any restrooms, as since you needed to wash your face. You then stood up and noticed there was one. You slowly walked up to the door of the restroom. You paused as you smelled something weird. You slowly opened the restroom door, revealing a dead body. You let out a blood-curdling scream as you fell to the ground. You were in disbelief. Something was wrong, definitely wrong. You managed to catch a glimpse of the dead person's name tag. Priest Blake. Tears wouldn't stop rolling down your cheeks as you realized that the real priest was dead. Then who was this person you met now? Michio's words soon echoed into your head. There's one highly dangerous devil, that can conquer the priest's power. I need to get out of here, you mumbled as you quickly got up. As soon as you turned around, you met Akaza's eyes. His eye colors was different. It was crimson red. Well, it seems you've discovered the real priest. That's good. That doesn't mean I have to act anymore, he commented. You were frozen in fear. He was dangerous, and you could feel it in every inch of your body. You felt the fear you felt when you saw Leviathan was
form was just a joke compared to the fear you felt right now. He then touches the red eminent on your necklace. Do you want a small trivia? He chuckles. I was the one who gave you this. I was the one who got you first. Your legs trembled as his words, as you soon plopped to the ground. He then went closer to your face. I was planning on looking for you after I killed the priest. But aren't you an adorable little lamb? You brought yourself to me. He laughed. We'll have lots of fun, my beloved.